First of all, thank you, Maddie, Michelle, Travis, Jessica, for sharing your stories with such courage and generosity. You know, we read about these stories in books and scientific publications, but to bring them here as real people is so meaningful and brightens up our day and gives us real purpose and meaning to why we go to work in a very real way. So thank you so much for that. Each rare disease may be rare, but rare disease is not rare. And you're not alone. We're here with you. On a slightly lighter note, there's going to be some music later. If we can switch to the next slide. Can anyone identify the people in these pictures? And if you've seen these pictures before, some of you have, you can't say anything. You got it. You got it. Nice. So this year's Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys was not about these people. It was about the photographer. There's Mark back there, I see. Henry Diltz received Lifetime Achievement Award for decades of work behind the scenes, photographing these and other artists. He was the Woodstock photographer in 1969 and is still super active in the field. And I was struck by some of the words he said in his closing speech, and I want to repeat them because this is everything. He says, "They say that we should think of ourselves as students of the world. They say that we should think of ourselves as students of the world. But I say, think of yourself as the only student and everyone else in the world as your teacher." Yourself as the only student and everyone else as your teacher. It's interesting how sometimes the highest levels of curiosity and humility go hand in hand with the highest levels of achievement. In fact, I think it's because of the curiosity and the humility that these people achieve what they achieve. At Rocket, what a great way and mindset that maybe we can function with our scientific partners, with our patients. We're students of one another and of them. So I'm going to ask you now to look to your left or behind if you don't have a left, and then look to your right. And maybe that person next to you can be your teacher, right? That's how. Yeah, I know some of you guys up here. Right? You got the motley crew up here in front, right? That's how we get to that 2032 with the lifetime achievement that we want, to bring curative gene therapies to patients like the ones that we heard from today, and to the Danon patients that we heard from last time, and Fanconi and LED, and BAG3, and many more to come. We have to be students. Next slide, please. So if you go out on a nice summer night and look up, directly overhead, there's a constellation called Pegasus. We're going to name our PKP2 ACM program Pegasus because there's no name for that condition other than very complicated medical and gene names. I think David Silverstein is here. Hopefully that's in the works. Pegasus is the winged stallion of ancient Greek myth. His father was Poseidon, the god of the sea. Zeus, the great god Zeus, took Pegasus, this winged horse, with him to Olympus to protect him. And he ultimately put him up in the sky as a constellation that nobody could touch. I found a parallel to this myth in Indian mythology as well, around the North Star. There's a story of a 10-year-old prince by the name of Prahlad. And the Indian god Vishnu put him into the heavens as the North Star, where no one could ever bring him down from his throne. You can see in the northern sky that Pegasus and the North Star are near one another. They're neighbors. So friends, patients and their families are the North Star for us. Just like the whole sky revolves around the North around the North Star, all the work we do here revolves around our patients and our families. And I want to end by saying that for all of us, there are no better teachers than patients and families. They teach us so much about rare disease, science, and about life itself. Thank you.